Let's get it on.
Hey guys, Snake Saber Printing here, coming at you with a little bit earlier gold tier Scrimcast. Typically we catch these around 11 o'clock, midnight-esque, but caught this after they had already drafted the game, so they were holding position for a couple different players, and they went into all pick, and here we are right now. The two teams we have playing against each other right now are Waffles and Beer and Team Influence. Same teams from last night. Pretty much the same players, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's check a /PA. Ping on Kaiser's really bad. But like I said, they already went through the draft, so I don't want to miss any action up here in the jungle with this Oogie being pushed forward as far as he is. But the team lineups are as follows. Engineers being played by Narcy. Masatoshi's playing the Gladiator. Swaggy B is on the Fayde. Love is playing the Parasite. Kaiser's playing the Midas. And on the Hellborn team, we have Cluey playing the Oogie. Chunks playing the Cthulhuphant. The Drunken Master being played by Servant. What was it? Yeah. Servant Eric. Perfect Blue playing the Rhapsody, and Baby Girl Ringing playing the Maraxis. So it looks like they might actually again. Are they going to remake? Looks like they are. Alright, it looks like they're just going to stay on west. It's fine by me. So it looks like the lane setups are not very typical. I would have thought you would have seen the Moraxis middle, but it looks like Moraxis is going to go against the Gladiator bottom lane. The Drunken Master versus the Engineer Fayde middle, which the Drunken Master is probably going to have a really bad time. The Midas playing the off lane, going against the Rhapsody and the Oogie. Midas should fare well in this lane. I can't imagine the Rhapsody. I mean, the Rhapsody is a relatively decent harass hero, but we're going to see what's going to happen here with these reconnects. And Chunks is going to play Cthulhuphant straight up in the jungle. So do we have Parasite? Yeah, okay, so Parasite versus the Cthulhuphant. I'm not entirely sure if Cthulhuphant can consume the creep that Parasite is in. Don't buy shitty bounty item. So they didn't use tournament rules. Let me do my /IC. /IC. Take care of that. Yeah, Masatoshi's still pinging relatively high for being in a pause. Yeah, sorry for the delay, guys. I don't want to really get into discussing what's going to happen with these lanes or what's going to happen with the players until we find out if they're going to re this. Because if they don't re it, I'm just going to be talking on dead air for a significant period of time. So, you know what? I'm going to flip this to be right back. And whenever they come back in the game, I'll bring it back over. And right as I say that, we come back into the game. So, the lane that's going to be really interesting to watch is going to be this Engineer Fayde. To see how well this Drunken Master fares against both of these heroes. Fayde and the Engineer both have targetable stuns that aren't the easiest thing to hit, and with Drunken Master's lunge, it's going to make it even harder to hit. The one nice thing about the lunge is it does disjoint, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it disjoints. But if Fayde does happen to land a stun, it'll be a lot easier for the Drunken Master to... I'm sorry, the Engineer to actually land his keg stun. So, the Rhapsody, he's just going to sit here and try to harass this Midas down the best that he can. Midas being that strength hero, hits a lot harder, he has a lot more HP. Rhapsody needs to be careful in those exchanges without Oogie being closer. It looks like Fayde did land the stun. Narcy, I don't know if he hit that keg stun or not, but he did catch him with a turret. But the Drunken Master is faring well experience-wise, at least. Let's look at some stats here. Oh, and I missed the Bloodlust kill. So they did end up getting a kill on the Midas. Rhapsody did drop low, so I imagine Staccato came out. But we do have Cthulhuphant grabbing that regen rune top. Which does Drunken Master? Drunken Master does not have the bottle yet, so it's actually an excellent pickup. Refreshment bottom. And this Moraxis versus the Gladiator bottom. 8-3 compared to 5-2. So doing relatively well as an off lane. The harassment hasn't come out yet from the Parasite, so looking at the top lane here, this Midas is taking a lot of harassment again. The Staccato does come out, and Oogie does... What is the name of Oogie's? What is that skill? The Kindled Fury. Kindled Fury. So the auto attack that does bonus damage and adds back mana. So he does disjoin the keg stun by using his... What is that called? Lunge. Using the lunge. And Drunken Master is fine again in this middle lane. Parasite, 220 GPM, uncontested. The Moraxis is going on this Gladiator, and he's probably going to get the kill bottom. He does. I imagine the Parasite's going to try to throw in a little bit more harass, but so far it's looking good for the Hellborn team. GPM charts show Oogie sitting at 340 GPM, 3 minutes into the game. They didn't... I guess they did get the Bloodlust top, so that's the reason why his GPM's as hyped as it is. But he does have 16 creep kills and 6 assists. Not as good as the Cthulhuphant, who's sitting 20-0, but those are all neutral kills. So a little bit difference in experience, experience gain, a little bit difference in gold gain. But I'm actually really curious how the Drunken Master is going to build. If he's going to go boots into the bulwark or what have you. Doesn't synergize very well with the Oogie because of just the massive magic damage that comes out off that hero. But I imagine they're just gonna maybe get a blink, use him as an initiation hero. I imagine you're gonna see that come out from the Moraxis. But a lot of heroes in this team could benefit from the blink. You might see a blink picked up on the Drunken Master. The keg stun does land on the Drunken Master. Cthulhuphant does land a relatively decent charge, but Fayde's call hits both of them. Does a decent amount of damage, and she does get away rather easily. Midas top lane, 190 GPM. 14-3 though, not too bad. Does have that one death. I have no idea what he's going to go first item. Fayde does miss her Burning Shadows. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? Burning Shadows. It's amazing to me how many of these skill names I know. Like the actual legitimate names of the skills. And Staccato does come out from the Rhapsody middle. I guess she's just going to hang around mid. I don't think the Oogie really needs any help top lane, so she might as well at least secure the farm for the Drunken Master mid lane. Not a lot of action early on in this game. 5 minutes. Need Codecaster if stuffing game. Yes. Yes. I hate solo casting, guys. And it looks like they're going to try to jump on this Moraxis bottom. I guess he was gonna. I thought he was gonna get away there, but the whip proc does hit him and ends up taking him down. The slow does come out from the Parasite. Does anybody know? I don't know if the Parasite actually removes the Matrax whenever he ulties. I don't know if that's considered a buff or not. But this Gladiator bottom lane is having a relatively decent time. 280 GPM. Not as good as the Oogie from top lane with 300 and almost 40 GPM. But Gladiator is a very, very scary hero late game. And they did recently buff him with his Pitfall. They made his Pitfall so the area of effect is much larger. And they did a little bit of rework on his ultimate. Basically, it moves a lot faster, and I think you can change the direction of it, maybe? I forget. I guess we'll just have to see it in this game, and eventually it'll come out. But looks like they do get the staccato off on the Fayde. She's probably going to fall here. Oh, wow. Nice cake stun comes out from the engineer, and the transmute hits, and down goes Drunken Master. Nice rotation from the Legion team, and it looks like Parasite's going to try to dive on this Rhapsody. No follow-up from anybody else in his team, though, so it's more or less just a burned ultimate for nothing. Legion team is calling a vote to pass, and that'll give me an opportunity to pull up chat window. If there's even anybody watching this stream. Let's see here, Twitch. Let's take a look, guys. And I currently have no viewers according to XSplit, but XSplit doesn't. XSplit lies. But I'm curious what the pause came out for. Hellborn team did have a relatively decent start. Maybe it's a strat pause. Maybe it's just a like collection pause. Let's see if their team. I mean, it is in a pause state, so their ping is going to be at the absolute lowest that it possibly can be. But Love is having a really good time on this Parasite. I made the comment earlier. It was at 220 GPM, and he's already up to 300 GPM. He's been involved in both kills, and I'm in this game. I'm in this game. Whisper from... I'm in this game. Huh? What does that even mean?
Let's get it on.
The game you're casting, I'm in it? Wait, what?
Hey, I'm in this game, buddy.
How did you get... What? How?
I have, like, super elite Zor hacks. No, I'm specking one of the guys.
I was going to say, Narcy fucked up and didn't make this game tournament rules, so I guess that's why you can spec it. But yeah, if you want to... I don't know if you can co-cast it with me because you're only looking at an individual player, but I can ask you questions and you can comment on them. So who exactly are you specking, just so I have an idea of who you're looking at here?
I am in the Oogie, Chloe.
What the hell was that? That's wonderful. Flash flood alert.
Okay.
Flash flood alert. Hey guys, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is apparently underwater right now. Alright, back to the game. Woo! Hey, by the way, congratulations to MRR. And I don't know if you guys watched that final game, but I called that bushwhack pick 2 picks before it actually went down. So just toot my own horn there. But right now the game is pretty much dead even. I don't know who to call as the better late game carry between the Gladiator and the Oogie. Specifically because we really don't see Gladiator anymore, and ever since the rework, I don't know of any competitive team that's picked him up. But I guess we're going to see the potential of him in this game because Masatoshi's playing him, and it should be pretty good. We do have some action middle. It looks like they were going to try to jump on the Fayde, but she does end up using her ultimate to get away. Chunks has the haste rune. It looks like he does charge through on the engineer. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away. I don't know if he's going to bother popping the ultimate. The Fayde is here. I don't know if she's going to bother to reveal herself. Parasite does come over. The hitfall is going to hit. Chunks still has the trample with the full duration haste rune. Haste rune just did wear off. Miraxis looks like he's going to fall. Terrible exchange for the Hellborn team. And I don't know if Cthulhuphant's going to be able to get away. He gets hit by the pitfall. He does have 4 around him, and he ultimately falls also. The only person that survived that were the 2 that weren't anywhere near that, the Rhapsody and the Oogie in the top lane. So it went from perfectly even game to a quick lead for the Legion team. So, Dave, with the Oogie free farm at almost 400 GPM, what do you think he's going to go for first?
Well, you typically see the Oogies pick up the boots for sure. They can transition into the icon of the goddess. I mean, Frostfield played pretty much you build tank to damage, and you can just pretty much run down anybody with the E, or I'm sorry, with the W. I mean, what do you think? Depending on Legion versus Hellborn here?
I don't know whose lineup I like. It's complete toss-up. Oogie's sitting on almost 3k gold, and I guess there's a little bit of action going on bottom. They do get the charge off onto the Gladiator. He lands a good pitfall, but he does fall before that. I don't know if they're going to continue to try to chase this Parasite. Cthulhuphant, he's running it. He's running. He's got the bottle charges. I think he feels out that the Fayde's going to be there. He needs to... He's going to end up falling. Oh, no, maybe not! Chunks does get the charge through. I guess he's out of range of the Parasite Goo Chuck, whatever the hell it's called. What's it called? Leech? Goo Chuck? I'm calling it Goo Chuck for the rest of the game. Water. Okay, so back to what I was going to say. He's sitting on 3k gold. Typically what we see come out of the Oogie first, obviously, is boots. Sometimes we don't see him go upgraded boots, but for the most part, the competitive play has been first item Gnome's Wisdom. But sitting at 3k gold, he could have bought that item already. So I don't know exactly what he's going to go for. He has enough for just to right-click the icon on the goddess too. So I don't know what he's waiting for. Gladiator,
well,
on the other hand,
he does have the Ring of the Teacher.
Yeah, Gladiator, on the other hand, went the Life Tube first. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's going to go Helm. I don't know if he means he's going to go Nullstone. Nullstone would be a really bad item this game. I don't know if that means Rune Axe? I mean, I don't know. What do we got coming out on the courier here? We have a ward, so that's not a hint. But it looks like Parasite's built into that puzzle box. So, and the Midas does have the Velrot. Is he going to be revealed? Why didn't he get revealed there? Or did he get revealed? Yeah, he got revealed. So, Drunken Master, game sense, jumps out. He knew something was going to happen there. I guess they do have that ward on the upper ground, so anytime you see Fayde move forward like that, pretty good idea to back up.
Looks like we have the Oogie picking up the icon.
He did he right-click the icon? What's up, baby B kid? Somebody chat in chat.
Yeah, see in chat.
Yeah. Water's so good. It's about 1,000 degrees in my office right now. So Mirax is sitting on the red booties, 220 GPM, sitting on 1,300 life. I don't know if he's going to go straight portal key or what. It looks like we do have some action top lane. They're going to try to jump on this Oogie top. Midas does land a transmute. Staccato does come out. Burns Fayde down relatively decent. The Cthulhuphant water piss thing ends up killing Fayde. And he's going to continue chasing down the Midas. Is he going to get the transmute off? He does end up getting a kill on the Midas. Ugh, I don't like where this Rhapsody's at. Level 9 Parasite. I don't know if this Staccato is going to be enough for her to get away. He does jump into creep. And he is going to try to chase her down. The Drunken Master is running top, so I don't know if Parasite had vision of that or not, but he decides, I'm out. Cthulhuphant, piss, and Goochuk. What? Like, I need water, guys. My brain is completely shut off. Gladiator does land a pitfall on the more Axis bottom lane, and the Arcane Shield comes up. Ugh. Gladiator completely whiffs the ultimate there, so I don't know how it works. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have no idea how the new ultimate works. All I know is it does a lot of damage. Dave, you've played the new Gladiator. How is the ultimate?
Yeah, so you, instead of it being a fixed, what was it, like 1,000 or 1,200 feet, like that it had to, or units that it had to travel, now you can actually cast it to wherever you want within that 1,000 or 1,200.
We do have some action on the mid lane. They do land a full combo on the Drunken Master from the Fayde, but with the lunge and the stagger, he is going to get away. 3 heroes try to jump in mid, and it looks like the Hellborn team is going to try to turn this in the middle lane. Chunks is running in with the... Oh, God. Why do I not know? Hook him! He grabs, he grabs the catapult with the hook him. So... yeah, I don't know if they're going to try to pressure this mid tower or what, but Fayde is that Fayde? Yeah, Fayde is was sitting in the trees in Biz. The pitfall is going to come out on the Cthulhuphant, and he does fall rather quickly. Midas looks like it's going to jump on the Rhapsody top lane, does get the transmute off, full transmute. It looks like they're going to try to chase down this Oogie. The Oogie did pick up a DD rune, but I don't know what Oogie's going to do with a DD rune. The CC is going to be too much for him to turn around and actually deal any kind of right-click damage, and Oogie does fall in the end. And Drunken Master just chilling in the woods up top. The Legion team's rolling. And looks like they're going to call a pause.
A good strat pause whenever you're down half, 10-5 is a good way to regroup and, potentially get your team back into the motivation swing.
I would agree, but the pause came out from the Legion team.
Yep, and we got 2 DCs, so...
Well, the one disconnect... Oh, do we have 2?
We got 2 DCs.
Well, the one was
okay,
a
no.
spectator.
Yeah,
Kaiser, I don't know if you know this or not, but during gameplay, he was pinging like constantly 250, 300. So, Kaiser on the Midas, I imagine that's why. He's just probably going to disconnect and try to reconnect, see if he can better that ping. But for the most part, guys, this game is looking like the game last night. Where Waffles and Beer took a little dump on Team Influence. But maybe, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how this lineup works. I imagine these guys are just trying out different things to see what's viable, what's not viable. The picks that we see all on the Hellborn team are pretty standard. The Fayde is a little bit different. You see a lot of tie teams around the Fayde. And the Gladiator is completely off the wall. But, hell, if anybody can make it work, it'll be Masatoshi, so...
Yeah, I've seen some pretty sick work on Masatoshi these past couple of games that I've been in with him. You definitely know that he's a good hag player.
Let's get it
The
on.
Gladiator, I mean, he's top farm pretty much in the game. He's top level anyway, with in comparison with Midas and Parasite, but that's to be expected. I mean, and Gladiator is such a good, well-rounded hero too. I mean, you can play that pretty much within any role and still be effective.
So what did he end up picking up? He is going the Rune Cleaver. All right, I like it. I like it. He's going for the ultra hard carry Gladiator. So I'm curious if the build is going to be the same for him. You know, build him into a Genjuro, Rift Shards, all that other happy horse shit. But he is actually the second farmer. Actually, the third farmer in the game. And I'm sorry, I lied. He's the second farmer in the game. Parasite is sitting at number 1 right now. Gladiator is the chill number 2. Nope. They're battling back and forth. Well, regardless, those two have the top GPM. I'll show you guys the GPM charts. It's going to keep flipping back and forth because that's just what we're doing right now. Followed by the Fayde and then the Oogie. So the three top farmers in the game happen to be on the Legion team. Midas, regardless of his 240 or 50 ping, actually fared really well in that top lane. As you can see, he's second in experience, which tells you how good he did. Well, now he's flipping back and forth with Parasite. And he's top in the game for damage. So that tells you he's actually, he made use of getting those levels early on and roaming and shelling out a lot of damage. But as of right now, it's looking pretty good for the Legion team. The one thing that I can note is Moraxis did pick up the portal key. And now that this tower is gone bottom, there's an opportunity for a player that has a lackluster farm, one of the supports, whether that be Moraxis or somebody else, to gain a little bit of farm. But it looks like they're going to try to jump on this Oogie top. Fayde does land full duration, Transmute does come out, and before the Oogie can even do anything, he falls. Cthulhuphant does charge in, they end up getting a pick on the Fayde, but it looks like Cthulhuphant's going to fall in the end. Rhapsody is top. They do grab a hold of this Parasite. Does he have... Okay, so he did pop the... he popped the puzzle box, but jumped in the Hellcam. So...
I tell you what, though, that Parasite did some pretty decent stuff. They actually controlled the puzzle box and hit the Moraxis before he can even do anything. He actually tried to PK right before that, got hit, and actually missed the stun. And then he drained his mana.
And all while that was going on, Gladiator, with his fresh new golden axe, takes down the mid tower. So we're looking at a 8,500 gold lead, 7,500 experience lead, 17 minutes in. Oh, man. Like I said, I can't judge the late game potential. I know Oogie is one of the craziest late game carries that there is. Just the way that his skills work together, he essentially becomes a walking mock that you can't kill later on in the game for a certain duration. But, well, he is Latin, so he's not anything anyway. Oh, so Krazer is, he's one of our Central American or South American compadres. But this Midas, he's chilling top. Midas did he did pick up the portal key, and Fayde is running in again. They don't have a, oh no, they do have a red warp down. So they did see the Fayde run in there. At least I think Oogie saw it. But okay, they're still gonna land full culmination on Oogie. The Rhapsody does channel the ultimate to save him, and Oogie did pop the ultimate, and the chase is on. So we have 4 players here from the Hellborn team. 5 now. Pitfall is landed on the Meraxis, and regardless of the initial turn on the jump, the Legion team does come out way ahead.
Massacre.
So 4 for nothing. 4 for nothing. No buybacks used. The Legion team closed that gap top, even though the Hellborn team seemed to be there all initially for the original jump. They almost baited it. Looked like they baited it with the Oogie, and it didn't really work out that way. I have a feeling that the puzzle box is going to sight this Oogie here. He has no TP, and he's dead. Yeah, this is dead Oogie. This is looking like a stomp again, guys. 13,000 gold lead, 15,000 experience lead. All the tier 1 towers are down for the Hellborn team. Not a single tower has fallen for the Legion team, with the exception of maybe the mid tower, which might get killed by a catapult. It doesn't even look like that's going to happen. But, man. The Hellborn team just picked up their level 2 ultimates, where Gladiator, for example, and Rhapsody just immediately gets melted. I don't even, did Engineer even get the assist on that? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, Narcy got the kill. He must have just got a single auto attack in. But yeah, Rhapsody's just walking food at this point. And Midas picks up the spell shards. Interesting. I thought he would go the Hellflower, but I guess at this point in the game, with how far up they are, the spell shards are probably a better option.
Yeah, they're going to keep them under-farmed, under-leveled, and naturally, definitely without any health now.
Drunken Master and Oogie are trying their damnedest. I mean, Oogie's still above 300 GPM, but the Gladiator's up over 500 at this point. Love on the Parasite is sitting at 400 GPM. I'm surprised Love didn't go the Codex build, but I guess he does have Puzzle Box level, I don't know, I can't tell what this is. Puzzle Box, oh, it is Puzzle Box level 3. I should probably just look at his inventory. Gladiator has vestments, Striders. Wow, Direct, how do you know? What's the delay for this game? Baby B-Kid, I'm pretty sure the delay is like 30 seconds or so.
It actually might be around 15.
15 seconds, yeah. So they are going to try to jump this Gladiator bottom, but he might actually get away. He does throw down the pitfall, and it misses. It's dependent upon if the axe can come out. Meraxis does blank and ends up getting a kill. Looks like they're going to get a chase kill on the Fayde. But all while this is going on, looks like they're going to try to chase down the Rhapsody. The Rhapsody is landing decent staccatos on this Midas, and he does blink to try to land the transmute. Misses both. So, oh man, Rhapsody's coming back in. Followed up by the Drunken Master, who did pop a health pot, and they ended up getting a kill on the Engineer. Looks like they're going to try to chase down the Parasite, but I don't know if that's the best idea. Midas does land a huge transmute on the Core axis. Midas might end up falling here. Drunken Master does jump in, lands the lunge. All they need is one more auto attack. The player that's still here is the Parasite, and he is doing work. The Oogie does fall just from the puzzle box minions, and Rhapsody needs to
He's
get
inside the puzzle box.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Parasite is doing a lot.
Puzzle box wizard hits for almost 180 with him inside. Pretty ridiculous. I don't even know what the Mauler hits for with him inside, but he's middle again. Drunken Master is at a low enough health that if he ulties him, Drunken Master does have the ultimate though, so he can basically destroy anything that's going to come out from the Parasite if he times it correctly. He does drink an Invis rune, it looks like, and he's just dancing around middle. I don't know if they're going to try to set something up on this Parasite. He does land the lunge, but I don't know if that was actually the best decision from the Drunken Master. I think that he timed that badly. I think he thought the chunks was a lot closer. Oh man, what the hell is the skill called? I can't call it Cthulhuphant piss. Obliterate. The Obliterate did come out on the Cthulhuphant, but it being only a level, 13, it's not doing a lot of damage. The ultimate does come out from Gladiator, does hit 2. Pretty big ultimate. Oogie is trying to run in. He does have that ultimate popped. The transmute, I don't know if he's going to be able to get it off on him or not, but it looks like there's just a lot of dancing going around middle. The keg does hit, which kind of pushes him away from Pitfall, but Oogie's inside of the electric field, and it looks like he's going to fall also. So we have a 4-4. I don't know, did Love buy back there? Did he die and buy back?
I'm sort of watching your screen and the mentored screen. This is like very bad for me.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Well, regardless, 18,000 experience lead, 17,000 gold lead. It hasn't grown that much, I guess. That's a plus for the Hellborn team. But they are going to try to get Kong here. The Hellborn team knows they're doing it. They have a ward.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in a position to be able to try to even contest this. Gladiator went Frostburn. Very interesting. So they're just using him sort of just as a general right click. They're not going for the old school complexity one-shot build. But I don't know. I guess if the hero has the capability of playing in this role, being the strength hero that he is, he's inherently tanky. I don't see this being a bad option. Looks like Drunken Master is going for that shrunken head. He does have the Warhammer and the what the hell is that called? Why am I blanking? Mighty Blade. And a little bit of action on the top lane. They're going to jump this Cthulhuphant. So much damage coming out. Fayde does pick up the Codex. It is only level 1 at the time, but she does have the Lex Talionis. Combo that with the Parasite ultimate and combo of Leech and all that other
that's
stuff.
a dead person.
It's actually dead for any character in the game at this point. The only person that might be able to survive that is possibly the Drunken Master, but I doubt it. Maybe Oogie? I don't know. Oogie does have vestments. That's a plus. But still, I mean, the burst that would come out is going to put him down to, I don't know, less than a quarter life. The thing about Oogie is Oogie's one of those heroes that's not really scary until he gets up around like 3k HP. If he gets around 3k HP, then he's really scary. 1700 life, not so much.
Yeah, I do like the
I
do like the fact that he went Icon first. He did pick up the Ring of the Teacher, however, like, you know, early on, so he could eventually turn that into the Gnome's Wisdom. He actually is with the purchase of the Neophyte's book. But the Icon early, I mean, really is only helpful as the charges that you can get on it. And as you can see with the single charge that he has on it, I don't know, it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, the only tower that's up for the Hellborn team now is second tier bot. I don't know if they really don't have anything AoE enough that I think that they could actually do like some serious damage on multiple heroes in a team fight. The majority of the AoE that's on these Hellborn players, the AoE area is relatively small. So if they do get a pick, they're going to get a pick on one. And the issue with that is once you get a pick on one, all your skills are on cooldown. Then the rest of the team comes in and finishes you off because you have nothing to counter their follow-up initiation with. And Rhapsody's going to try to counter this war, but she's going to end up falling to this Fayde. She is dusted, so they do have sight of her. The Obliterate does come out from the Cthulhuphant. He is chasing her down. I don't know if she's going to be able to get away. She doesn't have enough. She doesn't even have enough mana for the blink if she wanted to. But Midas does come back in for the save, lands a relatively decent transmute, and stops the chase from happening. If she levels up that Codex, like, she can buy another level of it right now.
And that would be a goodbye Rhapsody every time.
That would have been, yeah, most definitely. Midas does finish his post haste, so he's got the post haste, spell shards. Imagine the next item you see come out from him will probably be a sheep stick. But it looks like the Hellborn team, they might actually try to defend this bottom tower. The Gladiator did go with the Rift Shard, so a little bit of that classic Gladiator that we know. The ultimate for Gladiator does go off, but Meraxis does jump him. And all while that's going on, Parasite's chasing down the Cthulhuphant. Doesn't even care. Pitfall does miss, and this is all three of them. Parasite's in a really bad spot. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this or not. Lockdown is too long. Parasite does end up falling. So that's good. Got a kill on the Parasite there. It's only his second death of the game. He is sitting at 430 GPM. Jesus. Midas with the 250 ping, almost 400 GPM, and the Gladiator with 550. Nobody on the Hellborn team is even above 300. Not even the Oogie anymore. He is starting to tank up, though. He is at that 1800 life mark. And Cthulhuphant does land a really good trample. Fayde does fall. The Rhapsody ultimate gets canceled immediately, but the important thing is nobody is dead on the Hellborn team right now. And they do get the kill on the Gladiator, but he's going to come right back up due to the token. He gets trampled immediately by the Cthulhuphant, and I don't know if he's going to be able to... He's going to get away. He's going to get away. I don't know if they're going to be able to chase him down. He does have a TP. It is off cooldown. I wonder if they think they're... Oh! Oogie does... Oogie get the kill! Oh, Oogie with the Tarquin gets the kill. Nice. Good guess. Satoshi, you should know better than that. There's 3 trees there. Those are the ones he had, though. I think he was fast enough that he probably could have just kept running.
He probably could have, yes. I can agree with that. But yeah, here we go. As originally stated, this is when that Oogie... I mean, you get a couple free kills on Oogie or free charges, and he just like a spiral, out of control kind of character. You've seen him,
charges,
you've seen him earlier in that fight where he was like almost maybe under 10% health, and just brought it back up to where he is right now at full health in a matter of 2 kills.
There's only really 2 ways to deal with Oogie, right? So you either have to stun lock him, and you can't let him cast his abilities, because if he gets the ultimate off or he starts throwing Tarquakes around, it's bad news for your team. Or you just have to burst him. And I agree with, Fayde leveling up the Codex, Parasite, targeting him. If they can get a good burst off on the Oogie and take him out, that's it. That's the end of the team fight. Because right now, for the most part, that's all the Hellborn has going for them is this level 16 Oogie at 330 GPM. Compare that to the 500 GPM Gladiator, 400 GPM Parasite, 300 GPM Fayde, almost 400 GPM Midas. It's really lopsided right now. And it looks like they're going to try to jump on this Cthulhuphant on top. The Fayde, Codex, and the Transmute, was enough right there. So I like that Fayde, I think Fayde had a Bound Eye. She sold her Bound Eye and picked it up. Yeah. Well, they are going to finally be able to counter that original Rev Ward that was put up on the hill that Rhapsody tried to counter oh so long ago. But for the most part, I don't know if the Legion team can take high ground right now. In Gladiator, he's level 2 Rift Shards. I imagine he's going to max those out. I'm curious what his next item is going to be. I'm going to guess Shrunken Head after that. I don't know if that was a misplay or not, but they didn't use the glyph to defend that tower bottom. I don't know, maybe they just didn't care about it. But Miraxis supported bottom. It looked like he was going to defend it. Gladiator is hanging around here, and the Engineer is running in with an Invis rune. He does land the keg on the Miraxis, but he's in a really bad spot. Nice blink away by the Engineer, and it looks like they might set this up to counter-initiate, but we're going to see a fake back? No. Okay. So, everybody on the Hellborn team is hugging each other's butts right now. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to try to get a jump on somebody, get a pick, and then they might be able to take an objective after that. They're group taking the agents, so that tells you how on top of each other they are. They don't ever want to leave this Oogie by himself, because like I said, if the Oogie does fall, that's pretty much the end of the game for the Hellborn team. But the lead, it's sort of stopped. I know, always used to know that, Swindlemelons used to make comments about this, that the later the game goes, the more irrelevant that lead is, because the amount of total experience and total gold on each team, if there's a specific gap that doesn't grow, it's actually better for the team that, is in the deficit, because they're actually making up ground, quote-unquote making up ground. But for the most part, both these teams seem like they're hugging each other. The Fayde still sitting on level 1 Codex. She did pick up a Mighty Blade, so maybe she's going Shrunken Head now? Maybe? Nice bait by the Cthulhuphant illusion. Pitfall was blown. Meraxis misses his stun. This is a failed team fight all around so far. Parasite does jump in on the Rhapsody. Immediately melts her. Jumps inside the puzzle box minions. And it looks like the Hellborn team is sort of fighting around the energy field, which is not a good sign. Oogie gets transmuted on. His life drops low, but that's the thing about Oogie. You got to get him down or he's going to keep coming back up. And he is throwing out Tarquakes left and right. They might end up getting killed on this Gladiator, possibly. The Arcane Shield does come out. Parasite does ultimately end up taking out the Oogie. And it was a 4-for-1 exchange on the Fayde. Drunken Master needs to get out. Transmute is landed on him from the Midas. Pitfall does hit too. So we have a genocide that came out from the Legion team. If there was ever an opportunity to push high ground, now would be it. You know, I mean, the only person on the Hellborn team that has a buyback is Cool Dude, aka Chunks. But if you look at the GPM charts, you can just see how incredibly slanted it is. And Rhapsody's up, but she's level 11. I don't think she could defend against that catapult. So... And Midas and Love and the Skeleton King are just going to beat down this tower before anybody else pops up. If Rhapsody gets close, she's dead.
I just don't know what they're going to do about the 500 GPM, 700 XP Gladiator.
I know, it's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, that's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Gladiator has almost 300 creep kills at the 34-minute mark. He's definitely doing something right. But hey, the Hellborn team are still in this. They still have all 3 racks up. 35 minutes in. The later the game goes, the better I think it is for the Hellborn team. They have heroes that scale relatively well into the late game. Merax's ultimate sort of falls off, but Rhapsody's ultimate is one of the best late game ultimates there are. Drunken Master, once he gets some better items on him, he's sitting on a bulwark and a Shrunken Head. If he can pick up something like a Shield Breaker or maybe finish that and turn it into a demonic, that'd be a little bit better. But they are going to jump this Oogie, who does decide to go for the refreshment in front. Questionable. Oogie does fall. The Meraxis falls. I think that's going to be it. I don't know why he would go bottom for a refreshment rune. Maybe they didn't have vision of the rune at all, so he must have just been guessing on the minute mark.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Meraxis, he jumped in to try and save them and did not get the Q off in time. Ended up getting transmuted, and that was the fault of 2 heroes.
Oogie does buy back, but is immediately gone on by the Parasite. The barracks does fall, and we're going to have a crazy team fight here in the middle. The energy field goes down. The Cthulhuphant does fall in the background. Rhapsody essentially walks out. Drunken Master really can't do anything now that the Shrunken Head is expired and the chase is on. Oh my gosh, the Gladiator with the whip kills both
Gladiator.
of them. And I think that's the game, guys. Hellborn has thrown up the vote to concede. I don't know who on the team is not conceding, but it's looking bleak.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Masatoshi finishes 7-4-14 unless we see something else come out from them.
Hellborn barracks
He does finish the Rift Shards. He never ended up picking up any like the Shrunken Head. That's just straight DPS. And we had another kill come out from Love. Love was huge in this game. 11-2 and 19, 466 GPM. And the crazy thing about it is he didn't even build like the Codex or anything like that. He just went Puzzle Blocks Abyssal. And I guess he ultimately just picked up the Demonic Breastplate, which is a huge late game item for him. The Puzzle Blocks proved to be too much to handle early on in the game. Love got a great start.
Yeah, I've seen the Puzzle Blocks in high tier level play. They actually Parasites really like this build. This is actually pretty standard in ITMM.
Gladiator uses the return on the Rhapsody and waits for the staccato duration to run out before he throws the pitfall down. Immediately melts her as soon as she comes back.
So Fayde did go Shrunken Head.
She's still sitting on level 1 Codex. Drunken Master did try to jump on her and do something here, but they have Megas up. I don't even know why they're staying in this game. Oogie looks like he was going to go for that null stone, but he's just getting tore up by it. He's getting tore up by a Parasite. The Parasite's just going to run through the energy field. Oogie he's going to get blown up on the Midas. And it looks like we're going to see maybe another team wipe come out here. Another big whip comes out from the Gladiator. Another keg stun lands by the Engineer. And again, team wipe, because Rhapsody's really not real. And she's gonna die in the well to auto attacks. Transmute and auto attacks. And that's it.
That's that.
So if they do run this back, I'd love for you to be in
legit mode.
Non-mentor mode. I gotta throw a shout out to Narcy. I got ice in my mouth, guys. I gotta throw a shout out to Narcy for making that game in normal mode without putting it in tournament mode, so my buddy could actually join in there. So Narcy's tardedness actually helped us out. But ultimately, the Gladiator finishes with 651 GPM. The double rift shards came out there at the end. I don't know if he actually had them for that last team fight when they took the bottom racks. But regardless, Gladiator viable? I don't know. What do you think?
Gladiator viable, I think, is like a completely underrated thing that you just mentioned. As foretold in this game alone, I mean, just simply followed up by the Midas that was just, I love gold, that's sitting at, banking the 500. He did go the sheep stick. He ended up going shield breaker, for Pete's sakes. I mean, the Legion team was just rickrolling the other team. I mean, team influence, I like the builds that they went. I mean, they did have solid builds. They just didn't have solid early game. And when you let, somebody like Masatoshi, Krazer, Love, when you just let them get, into this big steamroll, I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
I'll tell you what, the duration of Pitfall it's crazy. Like how long Pitfall actually keeps the person in the air, but a lot
plus
of people
it does the slow.
Yeah, it slows them, and it sets it up for so much, like the easiest stuns in the world. Or like if somebody stuns first, then you Pitfall. It's like you can get 5-6 seconds of duration out of maybe 2 stuns if you time it correctly. Of CC lockdown, and that's huge. That's like huge, especially early on, because I don't think the stun duration changes. I just know the damage happens earlier. Maybe the Pitfall, the Q time changes on. I'm not exactly sure how the skill works, but I know the stun duration on it is a lot. But just the combination, he landed with some really clutch Pitfalls. He was doing a shit ton of damage there at the end of the game. 315 creep kills in a 38-minute game. I mean, the GPM speaks for itself. So, and the whip procs, just awesome. Awesome. I'd love to see Gladiator make a return to high tier play. So, I don't know. But any final thoughts?
Masatoshi is a force to be reckoned with. And, I honestly, playing with Waffles and Beer, I've seen them playing yesterday, and they're just laying the smack. They definitely have a force to be reckoned with.
I'd like to see what happens whenever the next tournament comes out for like Diamond Tier play. If he ends up if Waffles and Beer ends up qualifying, but we'll find out. I mean, I'd love to see him play the carry role against some of the better players in the world. So, hey, thanks for jumping in and casting this with me. It was absolutely miserable solo casting.
Sorry, I was halfway through.
I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, this is Nick Saberwolf Prenny signing off with another gold tier game. Doesn't look like they're running this back, so appreciate you coming in and casting this with me, Dave.
No problem.
All right, take it easy, guys. I'm out.